Hey everybody, Dr. Dan here, and I just want to spend a few minutes to take you through Anatomage on the cloud, and I want to thank Mike Whitmer and Cindy Miller for putting all this information together. The first thing you need to do before you even think about Anatomage on the cloud is to make sure you open the Word document that Mike has prepared, and it's in this module, and it's directions to the Anatomage table on the cloud, and it is right there. The reason it's important is because it tells you how to reserve the table, and it also provides directions for login. So it's got the login credentials, but the scheduling is really important, and it's got the basic instructions that I'm going through now. Make sure you look at that. And then the next thing you want to do is you want to refer to the PDF document that's also in the module. So there's a PDF called Anatomage Cloud Instructions. It looks like this. And at the top of the PDF, there's a cloud login link. So you want to go ahead and click on that. And when you click on it, you're going to see a screen a little bit different than this one. You're going to see a screen with a standard login dialog box asking you for a username and a password. So you want to refer back to that Word document we looked at, and there's a username there, and there's a password that Mike has in, and follow those credentials. Make sure that you put them, they're case sensitive, so put them in as you see them. And then once you log in, you'll see this shot that we're looking at below, and you want to click on the East Coast server. So go ahead and do that, and once you do that, actually you'll see this screen next, and this is choose the app to get started, and there's only one choice here. So go ahead and click on that, and then after you do that, your screen will probably go white, and there'll be a black revolving circle to show you that the images are loading, and then you'll end up with this screen, which will start to look familiar to those of you who've used the Anatomage table. And then as you go through these different dialog boxes, of course, you'll simply get through to this area where you have a choice of what models you want to look at or what you want to do. So in this particular case, if I click on gross anatomy, and I've already done this so we don't have to wait, if I click on gross anatomy, then you'll start to see again what you're familiar with as far as what specimens you have here and what you want to do with them. So that's how you get into it, and just the real quick review. Make sure you go through the reservation instructions that Mike has posted, and make sure you ask Mike any questions if you have any doubts about any of this. So that's that. Make sure you use the login information that was provided on the Word document, and then make sure you use the East Coast server, and then that will get you to those dialog boxes that I clicked through. So that should be pretty straightforward. Now, the most important part is, how do you use this as a teaching and learning tool? So there's a couple of different options. So for those of you who went through the Anatomage training with Cindy at the recent faculty development meeting, she mentioned that some of the functionality that's on the actual table is not available on the cloud table, and one of those things was what you can do as far as saving images and that sort of thing. So it's actually pretty easy online. I would say there's 3 different techniques for using this effectively as a teaching tool, and one of them is to use it as you do live through a Zoom session. So, simply set up a Zoom session in your class, or however you want to do it, wherever you want to put it, and then just share your screen. And it should work pretty well, because once these images load on the table, things are pretty fast back and forth. So you could do a live video session or a synchronous session using Anatomage. That would work great. The other thing you can do, which gives you a lot more control, is you could do an asynchronous session like I'm doing right now. There's several different ways to do this. I'm using a free program called Loom, not Zoom, but Loom, Lomm, and that's free, and I think there's a paid version too, but it's really super inexpensive. So you could use Loom. I think Anatomage recommends a program called Ice Cream, which again is a free screen capture and you could use Snagit for sure. So you could do an asynchronous video like I'm doing right now, no sweat. And the other option would be still images. And so whatever still image you have on the screen, you could copy through a screen capture, just a simple screen capture. Again, you could use Snagit or you could use the built-in tools on your computer. And then once you get those images, you can put those images in a Canvas exam, in a Canvas assignment. You can use them to, for anatomy, for identification purposes, that sort of thing. So there's a whole bunch of different stuff you can do. And again, if you have any questions, talk to Mike. Make sure you reserve it. Make sure you follow the directions. And I hope you have a great day. Bye-bye.